Hey, what's up guys, Ryan here from ExtremeTerrain. Today I'll be reviewing and installing the Tuffy Tailgate Lockbox fitting your 2018 and up Jeep Wrangler JL. This is going to be for the JL owner that's looking to add a unique lockable storage system to their Wrangler. Now, Wranglers are not the most secure vehicles when it comes to locking up valuables, especially for those soft top owners. This product gives you a unique lockable storage system that mounts directly to the tailgate, and it's going to keep it up and out of the way. Most options are typically floor mounted, so they're going to take up space that most of us, primarily the two-door owners, just do not have. It is made from welded 16-gauge steel, finished off with a very nice textured black powder coating. This is going to give you that sleek, rugged look while blending into the factory interior and of course protecting your investment from the elements. Now the lid is weather tight, folds down, and doubles as a very nice table supporting up to 40 pounds. Inside you have plenty of storage with 2 removable trays, and it utilizes a double pry guard locking system, making it a very secure item. Currently this item is coming in right around $300 on our website, which I think is a very good price. You're getting a very solid and high quality item that is going to provide the function that you're looking for while standing up to the test of time, and Tuffy even backs it with a limited lifetime warranty. Now the lid is weather tight, it folds down, doubles as a very nice table, and supports up to 40 pounds. It is a great addition for any Jeep owner, especially for those of you that like camping, traveling, or anyone that's just looking for a nice usable table. Now install is relatively easy on this, despite the fact that we do have to do some minor drilling, but I talk about all of that in the installation. As far as installation goes, I'm going to give this a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, as you can get this thing installed in about an hour. So with that being said, let's hop into the install. Tools we use for this install: a torque wrench, a drill, 13mm drill bit, 4mm Allen key, 3/8 drive ratchet, Phillips head screwdriver, trim panel removal tool. So we're going to begin our installation back here. We have our tailgate open, and we need to remove some of these trim panels because we have to drill some holes to accommodate the installation of this box. So I have a trim panel removal tool. What we're going to do is just pry this plastic section off, then we'll move on to the next step. First thing we're going to do is pry off this center section right here. Just need to get behind it and just go along, pry it out. After we get that off, we'll set it aside and we'll get this bigger panel off. So same thing, we'll just get behind this with a trim panel removal tool. We'll just work our way across. So now we have both of those plastic panels off, the next thing we have to do is drill holes. We have to drill a total of 4 holes. We're going to do 2 in the large plastic panel. We're also going to do 2 in the smaller plastic panel. Now some of these plastic panels, depending on your model, already have pre-drilled holes, and they're going to utilize screws that attach them to that tailgate, so you won't have to drill holes. The tailgate already has threaded holes in it, which is what this system is going to utilize to attach this tailgate. So what we have to do is we have to drill holes to accommodate those spacers and of course that hardware to access and get to those holes. So the first thing we're going to do is start with this larger panel. Now this is the top of the panel. These are the 3 large holes for the top. So what we're going to do is just flip this around and we're going to go to the bottom. Now on the bottom here, you're going to have 2 marks. These are specific marks. We're going to have one over here near this curved edge, and we'll have one over here relatively in the middle to that left side. So we're going to drill those, and we're going to use a 13mm drill bit to do that, and then we'll move on to this other panel. So right here, you're going to see that there is a little dimple right here, a little indent. That is our drilling point right there. So we're going to take that drill bit, and we're going to go ahead and slowly drill through that, making sure that we get it right in the middle. Now over here, we're going to have that other dimple. There's only going to be 2 of these on this panel. This one's going to be right near this edge. Same thing, gently drilling through that with that 13mm drill bit, making sure to stay right smack dab in the middle. So next we're going to set that larger plastic trim panel aside, and we're going to work on the smaller section. Now you can see right here that we have these 2 right here in the middle on the outsides. These are the ones that we're going to be drilling through, and that's going to make way for those spacers and those bolts. So we're going to start with the one side, and it would be a good idea to match this up to your box and make sure that your panel is actually going to line up with those holes. So now that we have all of the holes drilled, next thing we're gonna do is slap these panels back on so we can get this box installed. So we're gonna start with a larger panel. Just gonna line that back up and then just press all of those clips back in. Then we can get this other panel on. Same thing, this one's just gonna snap in place. We'll just press that back in. Then we'll get these spacers installed. So at this point in time, we're ready to install these spacers. Now you're gonna get 3 different size spacers. Since we have the trail rail system, we're gonna be using the 11.1 spacers for the top, which are 1 3/16 long. And we're gonna use the 11.2 spacers in the instructions, which are the longest ones that you get. These are 1 3/4 inches. Now if you have a different tailgate setup, then you may need to use those 11.3s, which are the shortest of the spacers that you're gonna get. So we're gonna get these installed, then we'll bring the box over and we'll get that installed with the hardware. So at this point in time, we are ready to install the box. Now, as far as hardware goes, you're gonna have 2 different length bolts. Each one of those is going to get a lock washer and a fly washer. Now, of course, the short bolts are gonna go up top. The longer bolts are gonna go down the bottom because we have a longer spacer. Also, you wanna grab a friend to help you hold this box up while we get this hardware installed. So I'm gonna grab a friend, we're gonna get this installed, and then we can torque all these down. So what you need to do is unlock the drawer. After you unlock that, we're gonna fold this down. And that can hang all the way down like that. Then we're gonna line it up with these holes, and we'll start with this top hardware. So now that we have all that hardware installed, you're gonna torque it down to 8 foot-pounds. We're gonna move on to the next step. That's gonna be installing the shelves. With this kit, you're gonna get 2 shelves that have a nice rail in here that they're gonna slide into, and then there are 2 pre-drilled holes that are threaded. That's gonna utilize these little screws that's gonna keep those in place. So we're gonna slide these in and get those screws installed. So we're gonna start over here on the left. What I'm gonna do is just start this little screw, since it's gonna be a pretty tight spot once we get the shelf in. So we'll just get that started a little bit, and then we'll slide these in. Now you wanna make sure that they slide all the way down in, they're gonna bottom out. Then we can take a Phillips head screwdriver and we'll just sneak under there and then tighten this screw up. That's gonna hold that shelf in place, keep it from falling out when you're bouncing around. The same thing for this other side. Just gonna get that started. This one's gonna sit all the way in the corner like that. Slide it down until it bottoms out. Then we can just lightly tighten this up with a Phillips head screwdriver. So that is going to wrap it up for my review and installation. For more videos and products like this, check us out at ExtremeTerrain.com.